Howdy, folks. A little late here. All right. Let me just put up a couple links. We'll get to business here. Hope everybody's doing all right. All right. Here we go. All right. All right. So tonight we are going to look at some BAKI comics real quick, and we are going to draw Inca cable drawing for fun. It's just for me. I mean, actually, though, I think what I'm going to do is bring this with me to Heroes. And if somebody comes by the table and is interested, we can make a deal, you know? But, yes, so I will be at Heroes Convention, in Charlotte, North Carolina this weekend. Friday, Saturday, Sunday at the Charlotte Convention Center. It's a cool show. I did it last year and had a really good time. It was my first year doing it last year. And it's a great show because it's very much focused on art and artists and creators. There is, shops and stuff there too, but the Artist Alley there is pretty legendary. There's real life legends of the medium there, but there's also new people like me and people I've never heard of, so it's a really fun show. I just realized my thing here is mirrored. Let me fix this real quick. Let's see, horizontally. No, that's not right. Transform. Flip. There we go. Hey, that looks better. Okay, so, all right. So yeah, I learned about BAKI through the anime actually when the first series came out on Netflix. And there's a lot of good and bad about the actual anime as far as the production value, but there's some really cool stuff in it, and I just fell in love with the whole. I love fighting comics and stuff where there's tournaments and things like that. I grew up on movies with that kind of stuff. And so it was very much up my alley. And I have a friend, Rinko, who lives in Japan. And so sometimes I ask her to grab stuff for me that I can't just pick up at stores here. And so one of the things I asked for was some BAKI comics. And so what she picked up for me was a lot of the early BAKI stuff. BAKI the Grappler. So it's by... Keisuke Itagaki. I'm probably saying that not right, but this series is still going. Well, I mean, it's had lots of different names. It's kind of continued on with different arcs. And what's crazy is the way the art style has sort of evolved over time and changed. But a lot of the stuff that is really cool about it was here even from the beginning. So I read a lot of the older or the newer stuff, a couple of years ago when I got into it, and then asked if Rinko could pick me up some of the original mangas. And so I have the first 10 volumes, I think, is what I got. And man, oh man, it's really, really cool. It's even though I don't read Japanese, I kind of have gotten the gist of the story from reading some of it online. And the way he exaggerates things is so cool and crazy. And it gets even crazier as the series go on. Like if you're following current BAKI, you know that it's got a bunch of insane characters with that are 10 feet tall. One guy's an unfrozen caveman that they fight. Miyamoto Musashi shows up. They've got Mike Tyson in there, Che Guevara. It's pretty crazy. But the this first volume is really cool because you get to see the kind of the DNA of stuff that he evolves into, as the series goes on. I'd like to get some of the newer stuff too, just because I like some of that newer art. But yeah, Itagaki, really crazy stuff. He's sort of this teenager that his father is supposedly like the strongest man on the planet, and Baki is sort of, also a pretty gifted fighter, and ends up getting in kind of, involved in these tournaments as well, with the ultimate goal of facing his dad, which is kind of what the whole thing has been building to for years and years and years. And he has a brother named Jack that's his half brother that's also a Hanma, and then there's like their grandpa Hanma from back in history was a bad dude, and it's it's a manga, so it's got that kind of jumping the shark thing going on quite a bit. But in these early ones, things were still pretty wild. Like here, this guy breaks this guy's arm, like just by twisting it like that, and he dislocates his jaw. But this guy's a bad guy, right? So it's okay. But yeah, it's just got like all this insane action. After he'd been doing Baki for a minute, I think it was in the middle of doing it, he did another book called Garoden, which is really, really cool. That's by a different writer. I think he's adapting it from maybe a novel series. And that one's also a cool one to check out, and you can find those online. But yeah, Grappler Baki, good stuff. And big thanks, shout out to Rinko for hooking me up with these. She's always helping me grab stuff, here and there. I got a few things I need to ask her about soon, actually. So I'll be at Heroes this weekend. I'm going to have a lot of cool stuff with me. I'm going to have some original art. I'm going to be offering commissions at the show this size, 6x9. And so I was just working on one for fun now, because I just finished up one of the ones for the show, because I had a couple pre-show ones. But I'm also going to have pretty much all my comics there, from Weed Priests all the way up to the Schlub and Game Over Man and the Xtober Mini. And I got some of the issues of the Schlub bundled, so that'll be a really fun thing to have. So if you are anywhere in the Charlotte area, please come by the show and say hi to me, but also just because it's an awesome show, and I bet if you love comics, you would really find some cool stuff there. So this is for fun, so I'm going to just sort of try to loosely ink this and sort of see where we go. Because I was working on my other gig all day long, which is a much different kind of comic than say some of the superhero stuff I've been doing, and it's going really well and it's really fun, and I'm really proud of the work, and I can't wait for folks to see it. But every now and again I'm just like, I just want to go draw some Cable or some Wolverine or something to like sort of just just kind of have some fun. So yeah, I was like, I'm gonna draw Cable, and then if it turns out good, I'll bring it with me to Heroes, and if somebody's interested, they can come and snag it. If you are going to the show and you watch the channel, let me know. I'll hook you up with some free stickers or something. Yeah, definitely come by. But then also, there's a lot of other great artists that are going to be there. I'm pretty excited to see some old friends, but also talk to some folks I haven't really spoken to in real life, but like their work. It's a cool show because you can just sort of go up to people, like you can just like walk up to Michael Golden, or like, of course I'm spacing on names right now, but it's just like a who's who. Like I think Andy or Adam Cooper's going to be there. Yeah, Dan, of course, Danny Warren Johnson, my pal Dan will be there. Brian Level. It's going to be awesome. It's going to be a really awesome show. So this is pretty loose. This is, as some of you have seen before, kind of how I like to work on some of these fun ones and these commissions, is kind of do some pretty loose pencils and then kind of find it with some ink here. So we're just kind of seeing what pops out for this rifle or whatever he's got here, this gun. Ichthus, what's up, pal? Good to see ya. Hope you're having a good evening. We're going to try to keep this one nice and kind of smooth and lively and maybe a little bit abstract. That's sort of what I'm thinking for this cable. Okay. I've also been having a little bit of a shoulder pain today. I think it's actually this time for once not related to work. I feel like it's because of spent the day at the Arboretum the other day with my family and walking around and carrying stuff and lifting the kids up and all these things. But I'll live. But we'll see what my stamina is here this evening. Cable guns a-blazing, that's right. Never a bad idea. Never a bad idea to draw some cable. Definitely my go-to fun character. I penciled a few other ones that I'm going to just bring with me or finish at the show or something and have. This Wolverine is one of them here. But yeah, just kind of seeing where it goes. It might turn out good, it might not. So we'll see if I end up using it or not. Yeah, I have not watched the newest BAKI series yet, but I need to. I kind of just haven't been in the right mood for it, you know, because it's like it's a vibe, you know, like BAKI's a vibe. It's a lot of dudes like talking hard and then like punching each other for a little bit. And I've been more of a turn my brain off mode lately. I mean, that can be a different kind of, but like comedies and stuff. I'm rewatching The Good Place, which I really enjoyed that show. I watched it for the first time a couple years ago upon my friend Ed's recommendation, and I really enjoyed it. Right, yep. Ichthus, you're absolutely right, man. A big part of my routine now actually includes breaks for stretching and doing like motion stuff, you know? And that really helps big time for me now that I've sort of made it just a thing I always do rather than waiting till I'm in pain, you know? But yeah, I was having a whole lot of neck pain, and then I went to see like a PT guy and got some stretches and stuff. And I'm pretty good about remembering to do it. Last week was not very good about it, but this week has been a little better. It's like I'll feel it creeping in, you know, even I'll like feel the pain coming, and I'm like, okay. I know, I forgot. All right, let's do it. Chaos. John W. What's up, buddy? Good to see you. Virtually. Part-time comics, baby. I feel you there, buddy. That was my life for 15 years, man. It's not easy, dude. In some ways, it's harder, you know. In a lot of ways, it's you know, harder than just being a full-time comic artist. But different for sure. I'm sure everybody finds their way to the right spot. Old cable. Little Nate. I wonder. I don't know. I don't know what they're doing with him in this reboot thing they're doing right now. I don't know if he's which team he's affiliated with or whatever, or if he's even in the roster. But I'm sure it won't be the kind of cable that I want to read. So who knows? Maybe I'll give it a shot. Who knows? I'm definitely gonna pick up Stegman's. You know, Ryan's X-Men. Because I've seen some of the pages, and they're super rad, and I would love to see, you know, have some of them in print, if for no other reason than like, you know, reference, because it's some of Ryan's really strongest work, really good stuff. Yeah, it's kind of cool. It's working, I think. I also was like, I wanted to see if I could make this. Sometimes I have this instinct, and I like to do this, to like fill the page just with the character. But I was like, man, maybe I could, you know, see how small I can make him on here, but still have him feel powerful. Because I've actually been drawing smaller a lot lately. I think I mentioned before, I've been working on manga size, like A4 paper. And after all the intensity I've been slinging down on Eris on 11x17, it just feels like a kind of nice sometimes to have something that's a little more reduced. Because boy, y'all, these Eris pages that I've been cooking up for you guys that hopefully I'll be able to show soon. Yeah, I've been going all out, man. I've been telling everybody, my Eris pages have zero chill. They have zero chill. They're like the amp at 11 for show. So I cannot wait for y'all to see that. But the point is, though, is that working on this other project, I'm working on a slightly different scale, and it gives it a totally different feel. Sometimes just changing up your scale or trying a different proportion than you're used to, man, it's like such a nice exercise. Our bodies are meant to move. That's true. Marvel vs. Capcom 2, yeah, man. Oh, they're all blue. Well, that's an easy way to pick. I like that. That's cool. Marvel vs. Capcom, dude. The art in those games is like some of my super favorite depictions of the X-Men. If I could just draw like that, like I absolutely would, man. I love that stuff. It is so cool. And it's a shame we didn't get a book in that style, you know. I would, you know, if I was given the opportunity though, I would absolutely find a way to emulate that even more. If I could do a Capcom Marvel comic, it'll never happen. But I'm getting his face here, so I gotta get a little close, folks. Sorry if I'm blocking it. There we go. You know what? I remember Liefeld would draw him sometimes, and Capullo with like a little communicator thing on his ear. So I'm gonna draw that this time. Oh yeah, baby. There we go. All right. I saw. Oh, let me check in with y'all here. The best team mashup. You know, there is an art book, and if I am not mistaken, maybe it's not like this way now, but it is difficult to find, and when you do find it, it is a pretty penny. If I am incorrect about that, though, somebody please let me know, because if I could pick that up for under $50, which I think, you know, that's a reasonable price for an art book of that size, you know. I've seen it before. When I worked at an animation guy's house, he had it, and I was like, oh my god. But yeah, last time I looked, it was just prohibitively expensive. Like, I'm not spending $200 on it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I would maybe spend like more than $50 on it, but I'm not spending $200 on it. Not right now. I don't got that kind of money, man. I draw comics, dude. Okay, this is shaping up. We're gonna keep it simple too. So now let's decide how I want to do this. This name here. Oh, well, thank you, Nick. Thank you. Let's see if we can do something cool with this name back here. There's bullets flying everywhere. My daughter was drawing the other day, and she was doing sound effects too. I was like, I was so proud. It's like, you go. Yeah, you go. Get those sound effects going. So like I said, I'll probably have this with me at Heroes. If anybody's interested, swing on by. We can make a deal. Sure. Assuming I don't ruin it. We're going to see what happens. I shouldn't get ahead of myself. Okay. Let's do that. Let's do that. Let's do that. I think I want to go real just like this. Yeah, man. There we go. Lighting here. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Okay. All right. Now we're going to do, you know what though? There's something going on here with this, like, sometimes there's these marks I make in the pencils when I'm just trying to find it, you know? And sometimes they're giving me something, you know, that I'm not always translating into the inks, right? So we're gonna just try to find a few of those and just do them like this and kind of think about, you know, what those can sort of maybe create as far as like atmosphere around it. Okay, maybe a couple more here. Okay. So I don't know. We'll see if those make any difference or not, you know? But sometimes I'm just like missing something, you know? So I was going to say, I also saw In a Violent Nature, that new horror flick that just came out. It was pretty cool, man. It was pretty cool. Like, if you're into horror movies, specifically slashers, and you know, sort of revisionist type horror, you know, where there's some reference to past horror stuff, you would probably enjoy it. Although I will say, in the theater I was in, there were some younger audience members. They were actually kind of annoying, but once the movie got going, they were super into it, and I was kind of, it gave me a little bit of hope that I was in a theater and people were also in there with me. It was like an actual, you know, it wasn't like sold out or anything, but people were there. And I was also happy that these younger audience members were like into this thing, which was, to me, so rooted in like 80s slasher movie tropes. But pretty cool movie, pretty amazing practical effects in parts of it. So definitely recommend it to folks. If you're into horror movies, you know. Okay, I don't want to over sharpen this guy, but I'm thinking if I could just do a couple little things here and there to just kind of give some variation here. Right now it's all so brushy. So we're just gonna try to fill in some of the shapes that might need a little more definition here. I will say though, In a Violent Nature does have a lot of walking in it. It's like Kojima directed it or something, but it works though for kind of what the movie is. Okay. Oh yeah, the Ascani. There we go. There we go. That's a little... That's exactly how that should work. Right. Sometimes I do just work with the clock going like this. But usually it's music or a movie or something. The micron nibs to be dry and inflexible. You know, Nick, I used to hate microns. You know, rewind... heck, you can probably even find it on my YouTube channel. I did an interview a long time ago where I was like, I hate microns. And at the time I really did. And I still, I don't use them. They're sort of like just another tool, right? And so I don't really draw with them as much as I do kind of just, you know, little tic-tacky stuff like I'm doing now, to kind of give me another line quality on the piece so that it's not all one tool, right? It's pretty cool to just work with one tool sometimes. If you're going to do that, it's almost always got to be a brush or a nib, in my opinion. But yeah, so instead of just using like one or two pens, I tried to just, when I started just doing a little bit more with these, I felt like it just added something. I used to be all about the Stettler Mars liners. I liked them a lot better. But to me, those ones now, the ink doesn't flow maybe as smooth as some of the microns. See, this is an 8, and that's still can get a nice little bit of line there. Yeah, it was like, I remember working on a project, I think it was Eris, and I was just like, man, I really just want a couple really sharp lines here. Like, I couldn't get the right thing, and then I was like, why am I not just using a micron? Like, I just grabbed a micron because I had one there, and here we are. What a story, Tyrell. That's probably about as worked up as I need to do him. Probably more than I need to. Okay, here we go. Okay, and you know it, y'all. You know I'm going to get some zip tones on this boy here. We're going to do some zip tones. And, okay, I lied. One more. There we go. Okay. Oh yeah, we're gonna keep this real simple. Very astute. Message retracted. Well, I hope it wasn't offensive. Actually, if it was, I'm glad it was retracted. All right, let's pick a zip. Let's pick a zip. Zips to my left. I was thinking a solid as a rock. All right, I think I have exactly what I need right here. So I got some scraps, but I also got a brand new order, but I would like to use my scraps since this one's smaller. I just don't know if I have enough space. That's a maybe. Okay, let's try these ones. Okay. Keyboard went nuts. Okay. Oh. Whoops. Here we go. All right, we got an SE17. That's 50%, 62.5 lines. Now, I was told by someone that as long as you keep it above, 50 lines, I'll tell you who that was actually, that it would print. And so I'm going to use that as an assumption. Not that I'm doing this for print, but the person who told me that was none other than Mr. Riley Rossmo, one of my favorite artists and someone I am proud to say is a friend. Riley, if you guys missed it, just announced today that Riley and my other friend, pal, Daniel Warren Johnson, have a new comic coming out called The Moon is Following Us. And let me tell you, folks, I have seen the pages that those guys are doing. And whoo, buddy. Yeah. It's so cool. I mean, I'm sure everyone already is excited about it because Dan's the best and blah, 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 blah. But, but let me tell you, those two together, it's a real magical combination. And Riley is just, he's an absolute beast. You know, I think he's underappreciated. He has one of the coolest styles and is just like a master, like, illustrator, you know? Like, he has all the tricks. And I think he's an artist, you know? And maybe that's what it is. He's definitely an artist. But I think astute readers of any kind can appreciate his stuff, especially what he's doing on this book. It's got a lot of cool elements. So, but he's the one who told me that if you keep it above 50, it should print, and 60 is even better. You know, and when I say print, I mean print without having a moire pattern pop up, because that's always my concern when using it. So, I don't know. I haven't tested that theory yet, but we'll see. All right. All right. I'll burnish this down a little bit. It's been not sticking for me as good lately. I think it might just be the weather. This is my bone folder. If you've never had a bone folder, you should really get one. They're one of the most satisfying things. They are just so wonderful to just, they're just tactile. These are used in a lot of bookbinding, you know, for scoring things and folding things, creating creases, burnishing down things. It's kind of like your best friend. It's your go-to tool as a bookmaker. And I took some bookmaking courses, and you know, I've put together a lot of my own comics and stuff. And this is my old buddy. I've had this guy since college. Picked up that chip somewhere along the way, so I can't use the tip. So I actually have another one that I use when I need to do the tip, but I don't want to get rid of this one because this is my old friend, you know. Okay. Let's see if hopefully this blade is sharp enough to give us a good cut. Oh. this weekend I went to the Morton Grove Arboretum here in the suburbs, and I'd been hearing all this talk about how there's like going to be some sort of mass of cicadas this year. And here in the city, last year we had quite a few cicadas. It's like pretty normal. Last year seemed a little heavier than normal, but this year there's been like 0. And I was like, man, this is nonsense. And then I get out there to Morton Grove, and oh my gosh, dude, there's so many cicadas out there. It's ridiculous. It's like you're just like walking on the sidewalk. It's like crunch, crunch, crunch. There's dead cicadas all over. I hit so many on the road, and then the sound is it's next level cicada right now here. I don't know what it's like where y'all are, but it's been pretty dead in the city. But out here in Morton Grove, man, it was like, wow. It's hard to focus, honestly, but we still had a good time. We still had a pretty good time. I'd recommend the old Arboretum. What the heck, man? Come on. It's not coming up very good here. Maybe my blade's dull. I feel like I just changed it. These die so quick. Maybe I need to try a new kind of blade. Alright, I still haven't decided if I'm going to keep any of this dark on cable or use a different zip for him. So right now I'm just cutting around him. I'm kind of leaning towards him not having any of this kind on him, but we'll see. Because I do like the way it's framing him right here. And even if I did have some shade on him, if it was a different tone, it would probably work a little better. I saw I got a few new subscribers this week. If you are one of the new people here, thanks for signing up. You can find out more information about me on tyrellcannon.com, and that's also where I have a newsletter that you can subscribe to. So you can find out about art drops and appearances and things like that. And of course, like the videos, subscribe, put the bell on, all that stuff. I'm going to go ahead and just take this out because I'm pretty sure that I'm not going to want it to be this tone. All right, let's get under here. I always forget to cut some area and then it gets all pulled up. Like right there. Let's try that again. Okay. I was hoping to get that all off in one piece, but oh well. Oh well. So then I could reuse it. Yeah, Nick, the peeling off part is the funnest part, you know? Oh, darn it. That came up right there. That's okay. Let's see here. We will fix it. Easy fix. That's the advantage of doing one tone, or the non-gradient ones. When you do make a mistake, you can just fill it in. The gradient ones, it's a little bit trickier. Well, I guess that would be the edge of the B, but I do kind of want something right there. Let's just get one of these corners here. There we go. None the wiser. Oh, the mosquitoes are bad there? Dude, I'd rather have cicadas than mosquitoes. Mosquitoes are the worst. I hate mosquitoes, man. My dad got West Nile one time from a mosquito. This is shaping up. This is shaping up. Get that eye glow. Oh yeah, I'm liking this. This is fun. So, how's my blade gonna work today? Is it not gonna work? Is it gonna work? Okay, so I got all these little random lines I did. I just want to accent them here on the tone so that they still kind of get some attention. Oh, monkey. Yeah, see? And it just gives it a little bit of, I don't know, an ambiance. Yeah, there we go. Isn't that nice? Oh, wait. This A. There we go. Okay, so I think we just need another little bit of zip on cable. Let's see what we got here. Oh man, the horseflies. I remember getting bit by those as a kid all the time. I hated those things. Always when we were at the pool, you know. I'm like, what the hell, man? Land on your head. Okay, let's look at the scraps first. There's another SE17. I want it to be different. Nope. Nope, 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 nope. We're gonna go with this guy right here. And I don't know if it needs this, but we're gonna try it. I think it just needs something, you know. Yeah, we're gonna do that. We're gonna do that right there. Where did I put my blade, guys? There it is. Okay. blade. This blade is on the way out. The pool, you know. You get it. Alright. Let's get the old bone folder back out here. Get these air bubbles out. Okay. You know what I've got a hankering for? I'm gonna have to watch tonight. I don't want to watch Office Space. I get that feeling once a year, you know? Gotta watch some Office Space. Oh yeah, we're liking it. We're liking it. Hey, Manny, what's up, buddy? You know, I haven't figured out which ones have worked best in print. That's something I would like to figure out on my next couple projects. You know, who would know that is Nick Dragata, so I gotta get that guy. I gotta get in touch with him and ask him. But like I was saying earlier, Riley Rossman was telling me that if there's 50 lines and above, but if you go like all the way up to 60 lines, generally that's going to be a good bet for printing good. Okay, so now we're going to chop out some of this to give him some light, right? So I'm going to start by just doing some big shapes here. Office Space is the best. These are facts. some of these little flames out of here. We're going to just see little by little, just chip away some light onto them and see how much we need and how much we don't need. I like to kind of start big and then sort of start with the things that I know I want to be the brightest. Well, that little piece is probably going to fall off right there, but we're going to leave him and wish him the best. Good luck to you, small guy. Hope you can hang on. Okay, I'm liking that. Alright, okay, let's get a little bit of, let's punch up this arm a little bit. Get off there. Get off my finger. What the heck? Come on. There we go. Leg back here, we're going to go a little more center with our lights, like so. I'm seeing it, y'all. I'm seeing it. I think we're almost there. All right. Let's see what we can do with some scratching. Yeah, this blade is dull, but I'm not going to scratch enough to make me want to actually go through changing it right now. Makes me regret that decision, but y'all, I think that's pretty cool, right? I think that's about it, honestly. Okay, there's a cable. We did it. Teamwork. Only one more thing to do. All right, so Heroes Con this weekend. I hope to see some of you guys there. If not, I hope to see you the Tuesday after. I will hopefully do a live stream and let everybody know how it went. You know, give you some highlights, maybe show off anything I got, or you know, stuff like that. But yeah, thank you all for tuning in, and if you haven't already subscribed, if you can do that, and if you can hit that like button before you close up right now, that would be really awesome. And I hope everybody has a great night, and I'll see you in about a week. Peace.